What is up, y'all? Welcome back. Or if this is your first time watching one of my videos, hey, how you doing? So in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to a few episodes of Boruto. So just a little recap of what happened in the last 3 episodes I ended up watching. One big thing was we finally get to see Boruto's new Rasengan. And it is pretty damn powerful. So he calls it the high compression Rasengan. So pretty much he just makes like a regular Rasengan and then he compresses it to its limit and pretty much uses like a regular Rasengan after that. And so when he used it against Shoujoji, he uses Wind Zephyr Shield to block that Rasengan, but it was too powerful for him to block and he ended up getting beat. And we find out like how powerful it is because Kakashi, he tells Ibiki, he's like, if Shoujoji didn't have that Zephyr Shield, he would have most likely have died from taking that attack. And we also see that Boruto's hand is injured after he used it. So it's pretty much similar to like when Naruto first used the Rasen Shuriken against what was his name? Kakazu. Where like it actually damaged his arm too. So it was a double-bladed sword, like pretty much. And Kakashi even tells Boruto, he's like, hey, I forbid you for using it. Unless you can find a way where it doesn't damage you, you probably shouldn't use it like at all or anything like that. But yeah, Boruto's high compression Rasengan. It's pretty powerful. It seems like that's going to be the key to beating Deepa because, they're most likely going to have a rematch with him, like with Boruto and Sarada, but most likely Mitsu's not going to be there because it turns out his body was just so damaged to where like Orochimaru told him it's going to take him like another month for him to like be all right and be able to go. So most likely Sarada and Boruto, they're gonna have to fight Deepa on their own. And then Sarada's training, her Sharingan training is going a little bit pretty well and everything. But because of Sakura, we find out that the reason why Sarada can't use her Sharingan for a long time is because she doesn't have a good control over chakra. Sakura back in, first series and everything, that's what she was pretty much good with is chakra control. So Sakura and Sarada ended up fighting, because Sakura wanted to show Sarada like how powerful she can be once she like, learns on how to control her chakra more smoothly. And man, their fight, I was not expecting their fight to be that good. It was just so beautiful with their taijutsus and everything. Obviously Sakura, she was pretty much like kicking Sarada's ass. Like Sarada thought she like played her, but then Sakura's just like, no, I saw that coming. It's pretty easy. And so like in the like near the end of their sparring match, Sarada started to get better control over her Sharingan and her chakra control. So yeah, with Sakura and Sasuke training Sarada is going to be pretty damn strong, honestly. And then back at Mr. Victor's lab, Konohamaru and Mugino, they finally managed to like infiltrate that secret room that only like authorized personnel are able to go into, because they pretty much transformed into one of the feudal lord's like bodyguards, I guess, and followed them in. Mr. Victor tried tricking the feudal lord by putting him under a genjutsu to pretty much, like not show him what they're really doing. And because Konohamaru and Mugino, they transformed into his bodyguards, the feudal lord's bodyguards, they managed to release him from the genjutsu and truly show him what Mr. Victor was doing. So he was pretty much harvesting, people who had like the Hashirama cell implanted in them, and he was using them to pretty much feed this like this plant thing that is pretty similar to the divine tree from the fourth Great Ninja War. So it's looking like they're trying to do something with the divine tree, and if that's the case, that's really not good, because if you remember from the fourth Great Ninja War, the whole thing with the divine tree, not good whatsoever. And so good thing is Boruto and Sarada, they're already there because they went to go return the ring to the person who actually assigned them the mission in the first place, and tell them like, hey, we couldn't really do much and everything. And they were going to tell her about the Hashirama cell, but like, with this like, I'm just going to call it, the divine tree. With the divine tree like finally sprouting and everything, Boruto and Sarada, they had to like, they had to like spring into action to go find out what's going on and everything. So they pretty much left there with that. This arc most likely is coming close to an end. Very excited about that because that means after this arc, the next arc I end up watching, it's gonna be manga canon, and I know the manga canon stuff has been going crazy. You know, I think they're at the point where I did my first discussion video, and if you haven't seen that, check it out. But you don't have to because it also wasn't that good in my opinion. But yeah, if you're curious about what I think about that, definitely check it out. But yeah, so in the manga canon, they're pretty much at that point, and that point is just like it's gonna be crazy. I cannot wait to finally get up to that part. You know, I want to see how it looks, animated, and everything, because I know that that whole stuff is gonna be insane. So, very excited to knock out these anime only episodes. Pretty soon, I'll be done with them, so I can get into the manga stuff, because that is the most important stuff. Enough of me going on and on. Let's get this reaction started. But before I do, y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, get comfortable. Once you do all that, alright, let's watch some anime. Damn, this feudal lord is screwed. The feudal lord is screwed. Oh, Mugino's screwed too now. Okay, so yeah, not a good situation right now. Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys. They have two things to worry about. This divine tree and these guys. Right now, Konohamaru only has like one arm right now. Oh! Damn, Mugino just sacrificed himself for him. Alright. I respect the dude. Thing is, like, would Konohamaru like recognize this? I feel like he wouldn't, since like obviously he wasn't like at like the war site. I think he like him and like everyone else who didn't participate in the war, they were like at a different location. So like I feel like he wouldn't know exactly what this is, but I feel like he might get like I feel like he should at least like get some sort of suspicion that it's the same thing that happened during the fourth grade Shinobi War. So I don't know, that's just me. That's just me thinking. Oh, so he was, yeah, so it is the divine tree. So pretty much like the same thing that the, like Otsutsuki members like were after. I think like I don't think Kaguya was after it. I don't think Kaguya was after it. I think it was Momoshiki and Kingshiki. So, but it forgot who like was really after it, but like I know for a fact like this has connections with like the Otsutsuki members and everything. So this has to be like the divine tree. Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna be able to take that tree down. I think what the way they took it down during the war. I think Naruto used the Rasen Shuriken with like chakra from the other tailed beast. So like that was like the only way they were able to like take it down. Since like Boruto can't use Rasen Shuriken, I maybe he'll have to use the high compression Rasengan, but like even then it would probably take multiple like hits. Man, that just brings so many flashbacks from like the fourth grade ninja war when like I think Madara used the Infinite Tsukiyomi and everyone just got captured. Good times, good times. There's Boruto. Man, they took their sweet ass time. They seriously took their sweet ass time getting there. They're like, our training's done, man. We got a whole lot stronger. You know, crazy thing is, this whole thing could be finished instantly if they call for Naruto, ask for backup, and he could just destroy the tree on his own, like, pretty quickly. Plus, I'm sure he can get there, like, really fast, too. But yeah, you know, they don't call Naruto because they're in, like, a really urgent situation, so it does make sense, you know. They don't got time to, like, wait for him. But still, that would be a whole lot easier than trying to do it on your own. Yo, she's really going in there too. Come on. Don't be dumb. Don't do that. Yo, I'm just really hyped to see the whole Deepa fight. You know, that rematch. It's gonna be so good. I'm waiting for that. That's all like I'm excited about for this. I feel like maybe they should just like destroy all of that and then maybe the divine tree won't like keep growing. Oh no. Already. Already Deepa shows up. Already they're in trouble. Come on, this is the rematch I've been waiting for. Come on. I just know this is gonna be a good fight. I mean, yeah, you guys are gonna need to like get rid of Deepa before like trying to get rid of the divine tree. You know, both pretty tough tasks. Oh, Deepa doesn't know Boruto was working on a new Rasengan. Something that might be able to actually do hella damage to him. Thing is, it is gonna be a tough fight though, like without Mitsuki there. But I feel like he's just gonna like somehow just show up out of nowhere. Yeah, with Mugino's injuries, like how is he gonna survive fighting her? Like he looks like he's in terrible shape already. Like there's almost no way he's not gonna like be able to survive this. If anything, he's gonna like barely survive it, but like he still has to get the feudal lord out of there. Oh. Um who are they? Wait. So she knows them? What is going on? What is going on here? Orochimaru shows up. What? Orochimaru? How is he able to leave the base? And so that means that's Mitsuki. Yo, how is Orochimaru able to leave his base since it's like under surveillance? What is going on? Yo, so that is Mitsuki. Mitsuki's joining in on this fight too. Well, that whole thing was unexpected. I was not expecting Orochimaru to show up. Okay, so it seems like he doesn't want, like, his objective isn't the divine fruit. It seems he just wants like to taste like power from like the world or some shit. I don't know. Deepa is confusing to me. So I think Deepa just like wants to kill or something. I don't know. Man, you know you messed up when like you cannot see the eyes of like the main character. You know you done messed up if that ever happens. Also, funny thing to me is Deepa looks like Ghost from Black Clover. Or is that just me? I feel like he looks like Ghost. Maybe it's just like by the hair. But I don't know, like or like his side profile, but like he kind of looks like Ghost to me. Okay, pretty simple episode, I gotta say. You know, so it is the Divine Tree. You know, Dr. Victor just took like I guess like one of the roots or something from like the Divine Tree in where it pretty much was during the Fourth Great Ninja War. So he got it from that, and then just pretty much like planted it so like it can grow to a new Divine Tree. So that's interesting. But the biggest thing for me for this episode was just the fact that Orochimaru just showed up out of nowhere. And then most likely that's Mitsuki with him because he was wearing a mask and it looks like that's Mitsuki's height. So that's a possibility. But like with Orochimaru being there, how did he like convince like Yamato or whoever's like keeping guard on him? Like how did they like convince him to like let him go? Unless Orochimaru like always like he already had like a way to like leave the base without being like noticed, which is very high, like a very high possibility. So whatever, but good thing he showed up because Mugino is good. You know, he doesn't have to battle that girl because he was looking like he was in bad shape. So pretty good with that. But yeah, next episode seems like we're getting that rematch fight. So you know what? Let's start that episode. There we go, Sarada. Now she's yo. She's so good with her like Sharingan now, it's gonna be crazy. Damn, she already is doing a lot better with it against him. Yo, so hyped to see that fight. That fight looks like it's gonna be crazy. And I just can't wait for like Mitsuki to just show up and be like, yo, what's up? I'm all good now. I mean, yeah, but he has to like find an opening though. Like he can't just like, well, actually, maybe he could just like go straight in. But like landing that Rasengan is not going to be easy for him. Also, something I realized with Orochimaru being here, is he going to end up like backing up Konohamaru? Oh, that would be interesting. Unexpected team up. That would be so good if like Orochimaru ends up like helping him out. Yeah, it seems like he got like some sort of like upgrade or something because now he's using like a bunch of different chakra natures. Oh, so he was just able to like use all of them. Like he's just like he just didn't need to use them the first time they fought. Yo. Yeah, there we go. Orochimaru. I knew it. Konohamaru and Orochimaru team up. Something you would not expect at all. Especially since Orochimaru was the one that killed his grandpops. So, whew. Oh man. Yo, Orochimaru, team up, dude. Man, it's been so long since like I've seen Orochimaru fight. It's been way too long. Of course not. Come on, Konohamaru, you should know that always doesn't like that wouldn't work. Okay, I was expecting a substitution, not this. To be honest, I thought it was gonna be a substitution jutsu. Oh man. Oh, Orochimaru. Dude is oh I cannot I'm so happy about this. Like Orochimaru was like one of the coolest villains of the series. But now since he really isn't a villain, most likely, there's a possibility he may still be a villain, but for real, he was like one of my favorite villains of the series. Oh, so does that mean like, because he said like his abilities are from like a different dimension. So it's like, are they saying like Kara is from a different dimension then? Like, if that ends up being the case, that would, I guess, kind of make sense. At the same time, like that's weird because like, remember early in Naruto, we had nothing about that. You know, we had no like different dimension beings and everything. But now it's like, oh, it's like normal to like mention something from a different dimension. But like back then, it would not have been normal at all. So I find that to be really funny. But yeah, there's a possibility that like Kara might be from a different dimension then. Like they might not be like humans or something. Yo, there's Mitsuki. There is Mitsuki, bro. Bro, Mitsuki is finally back with them. They're back together to fight Deepa. This rematch is gonna go insane. Man, this is already looking crazy. The animation for this is so nice. Yo, this looks crazy. Okay, so who's gonna save him? How is he gonna get saved? Like, how are they getting out of this situation? Even with all of them together, like Deepa is still hella strong. Oh, wow. Okay, so similar callback to like another callback to like the first series where Sasuke saves Naruto. No, she unlocked it. She unlocked the second tome. Oh, this is going crazy. She finally unlocked it. Yo, you should get out of there. You really should not be around like right now in this situation. Yo, you really gonna like step in there like as this whole thing is going down. Like, oh, she got some balls on her. Thinking like she could just walk in here and just like get an explanation when they're in a situation like this. He's like, ha, got your ass. You thought you were gonna get the fruit? Hell no. Damn, Dr. Victor got played. Dude got played by his own, like, plans. Damn. Oh, okay. Oh, Mitsuki. Dude, you came close to dying already. Do not die this time. Oh, did her punch it like do something to him? Like, what was that crack? Either that was like her arm cracking, or that was like Deepa's. But like for sure something cracked. There we go. They gave Boruto enough time to get his Rasengan going. The thing is, like, how is he gonna get close enough? Oh, I guess just like that. I guess he gets close like that. Yeah, so Sarada did crack it. I'm pretty sure Sarada actually did crack his arm. Wait, did the Divine Tree just take him? Or was that something else? Oh, I thought that was the Divine Tree. I thought like it took him, but no. Oh, so now he's just wearing a suit of armor. Yeah, I was not expecting like Boruto's new Rasengan to like take him out instantly. I thought at least it was gonna two-shot him. But I mean, like, you gotta think, like, with Deepa, like, making that form, or, like, using that, like, powering up his armor, he probably, like, suspected, like, oh, this attack is actually pretty damn powerful. If I don't use it, I'm gonna die. Or at least be, like, severely injured. It's like he probably saw Boruto's Rasengan as, like, a threat. So Deepa said, like, that form has some flaws to it. I wonder if we're gonna, like, I wonder if it's, like, maybe it won't be as strong? Or is it, I don't know, but, like, come on, use it. I think this is gonna be the one that's gonna be it. This is the kill shot. This is the kill shot. Damn, his armor is breaking. I don't think he can take it. Come on. I think this is it. I think Deepa's down. I think this is gonna be it. He's using Sage Mode! He's using Sage Mode! Alright, Deepa's done. Deepa's done. He's out. No more Deepa. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I think this is like really like the first time that like all of them are seeing like Mitsuki in his Sage form. But with Mitsuki being in the Sage form, that hurts his body a lot. So, yeah. Can he use it like all willy-nilly now? Oh, his arm is gone. Well, but you can regenerate that. But yeah, they took out Deepa. Finally. They finally took this dude down. Alright, one Kara member down. How many are there now? Like, I don't think we even know how many, like, members there are. But, like, we know one of them is, like, dead already. But yeah, they're gonna explain how Orochimaru managed to leave? Oh. So I guess he probably told Naruto about it. He's like, hey, let me go with them. Damn, that was a good fight. That was honestly so good. Seeing like Boruto using, the high compression Rasengan, and then Mitsuki and Sarada backing him up. Mitsuki uses his Sage Mode to like help Boruto power up his high compression Rasengan to super high compression Rasengan, and that managed to take down Deepa. Bro, That was beautiful. That whole thing was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, that was nice. That was nice. But yeah, they took down Deepa. You know, they took down the imitation divine tree. Took down Victor. So, wonder if this arc is over. Not too sure. Um, so let's watch the next episode to find out if this arc is over or if there's still a little bit more. Damn, Inojin don't gotta be a dick. What the fuck? Like, he got no filter, just like Sai. I feel like Inojin is the type of person that just like says what he's thinking. And just like that, they got his ass. They got his ass. I mean, like, yeah, you shouldn't use it if it destroys your arm in the process. It's like, I wonder if he's gonna be able to like throw it like the Rasen Shuriken. To me, it's nice just seeing like the three Hokages together. You know, everyone who's like been there for Naruto and shit. I don't know, like there's something about that I like. So symbols, I think like, what, it resembles the same one that like on Boruto's arm. So it seems like hopefully we're gonna be getting more of that soon. Oh, oh, that's interesting. Since like they know about like Naruto and like Sasuke and everyone else taking down Momoshiki. Since they know about that, I mean, like Kakashi said, they've been watching them. Oh, okay, okay. This is nice. This is getting a little bit more information about this Kara organization. Man, that's crazy. If they actually have like all those spies in like a bunch of different villages, they for sure could get a whole bunch of information. But like, here's the thing: when like as like they're suspecting a bunch of people and everything, and like how they have like a huge network with like, you know, maybe like there's someone like they have spies in every village around and everything. The thing is, what Deepa said during their fight, during his fight with like Sarada, Mitsuki, Boruto, is like he's saying like his powers are on a whole nother like dimension compared to like theirs. So that's why I'm thinking like, what if Kara? They're like, what if they're not this big group, or what if they are this big group? But the reason why like no one has ever like heard about them until now is because what if they have some sort of connections with Otsutsuki's? So what if they're just in another dimension? That's like where they kind of just like hang out, or like that's where like, you know, they have their meetings and everything. So like that's a really secure way to make sure no one ever like finds out about them when they don't want anyone finding out about them. So yeah, there's that possibility. They're from they're either from another dimension, or like they have like a power to pretty much go through dimensions, just like, you know, how Sasuke is able to do it and everything. So that could be a possibility too. He was really gonna try to take that bag all the way on top of like the Hokage monument. And Denki is one crazy dude. Wait, are they making like a hot air balloon or something? Because that like, I guess like that base looked like it was for like a hot air balloon. So yeah, they're just making like a hot air balloon. But like for what? Like what's up with like Denki's mind? What is he trying to do? What kind of experiments is he trying to pull? I feel like he's not gonna close the gates. I don't know, like I just feel like Naruto wouldn't want to do that. Even though like it might be like it might be like the best way to be like cautious and everything. I don't think he's gonna like want to close the gates. Oh, Naruto got there so fast. Well, like, when you think about it, he is like one of the fastest like shinobis in the world. Damn, damn, Metal really lost the instructions. Shit. Oh no, yeah, they're just going higher, I think. I think this is like watching with Naruto watching this. I think he's gonna be able to make his decision. I mean, yeah, like if Denki manages to do this, it would be extremely helpful, especially for like missions, because if they need backup, they can just call it in right away. especially if it's like a strong like opponent or something, and like someone that like they need Naruto to like handle. Boom, he will be there almost instantly. I find it funny how like Naruto's not even helping them. He's just like, yeah, they can handle it. Yeah, so because of that, he's not gonna like block the gates. Yo, is this? I don't remember this. Like, I don't think this is the first time we're seeing this. But like, I feel like at the same time it is. But yeah, their whole plays like it does not look like it's in like the same world. Yo, Victor managed to stay alive. Wow, I thought he was dead. So this helps out my theory that Kara is in another dimension, because I think that'd be the only way that Victor could have escaped, is like he escapes through another dimension. So the best way to like find Kara would have to have Sasuke look for them, since he can travel through dimensions now, or like since he can travel through dimensions. Okay, that looked cool. That like, yeah. So it seems like most likely it's another dimension then. So it's not gonna be easy for them to like find Kara at all. Oh, so he wants to take whatever this vessel is. Oh, trouble in organizations, huh? Yeah, another kind of like mellow episode, since the last episode was pretty hype, with the rematch against Deepa and everything. So kind of made sense that like this one was a little bit more on the mellow side. Yeah, there like was serious topics. So like, oh, there's probably spies in each village that's working for Kara. So, there's a little tension there and everything. And then, with the tension with like Naruto trying to decide whether or not to close the gates, just so if there is a spy, they won't be able to get into the village. So there was that. But yeah, pretty much this entire episode was more mellow. So, still a pretty decent episode for a mellow episode and everything. But yeah, interesting. We got more Kara stuff. So like I said, it looks like Kara isn't in like a specific location. Like, like with the Akatsuki, they had like different hideouts and everything, and like throughout the regions and everything. But it seems like with Kara, they're most likely in a different dimension. Because remember, like they were saying, I think like Naruto and them, they were saying like how was like an organization like Kara able to know that like, Naruto and Sasuke and everyone else took down Momoshiki and everything. And so that means like, oh, they were watching them. Who knows how long they've been? Who knows how long Kara has been like, like watching Naruto, like pretty much watching everyone and everything like that. So yeah, with them being in a different dimension, it could make that a lot easier for them to, watch over them, see what's going on and everything. So yeah, there's possibility Kara is from a different dimension, which is hype. And at least it's something that we're not, that's like nothing new to us. Because remember, like I said, Sasuke, he can go through dimensions, everything. So yeah, who knows? Most like I am on like thinking that Kara is another dimension and stuff. So hopefully we find out about that soon. And so for the next episode, I'm not gonna watch the next episode tonight. I know the next episode is gonna be filler, so I'm gonna be skipping over that. And that means I think a few more episodes closer to the canon stuff. Super hyped about that. But yeah, I am going to have to end it here. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more anime reactions and more reactions in general, and anime and comic book discussions coming soon. Don't know when, but for sure coming soon. So if you're into that, hit the subscribe button, like the video, comment, the whole thing. And so with all that being said, again, thank you all for watching. Until next time. See ya.